Well, ladies and gentlemen, free agency reports are really starting to heat up. Free agency after the holidays is rocking. Teoscar Hernandez just signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, which has major implications for the Toronto Blue Jays on a multitude of levels. I'm going to break down exactly what the contract is, what this means for the Jays going forward. Signings are flying. It's a little bit wild right now. And rumor is Teoscar Hernandez took less money from the Dodgers, from the Dodgers compared to Lakers and some of the, not the Lakers, the Jays and some of the other teams' offers. But at the end of the day, congratulations to Teoscar Hernandez. But what's up, everybody? The Jays have some work to do. Obviously, hope you all had a great holiday season and enjoying the holidays. If obviously Christmas was a couple days ago, but signings are still happening. Gleyber Torres, another Jays target, is off the board. We saw Sean Manaea go off the board, and the last time that we were live, obviously there were a lot of these guys available. I do think the Jays offered more than the Los Angeles Dodgers, but he wanted to go back to LA, and that's ultimately what it comes down to. He is going back to LA, and now it's up to Ross Atkins to get his butt in gear. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we have some things to go over. I know everyone is really mad. I know, the fan base is a little bit upset right now. What's up, Nick? What's up, everybody in chat? We'll take questions and do all those things. Peter will be joining us as well here via audio shortly. But man, oh man, I know the fan base right now is upset. I see it in the comments. I see it, of course, on Twitter and our comment section as well. It's not over yet. I do think Santander is going to be a Blue Jay. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you guys, I can see it already. How are you currently feeling about this Blue Jays team? About their offseason, about everything. Hopefully you're all doing well, though. The Jays suck. They're having a horrible offseason. I get it. I agree with you, but it's the holidays. Hopefully you all had a great Christmas day and all those things. What's up, Freddie, Dominic, Johnny, Davey? Hopefully you're all doing well. Do you have Che on the thumbnail? Clear, take him off. Duster, no, actually. He would have been there, but no, we scheduled it right after the Teoscar signing. So I got that good. It's over. Well, Grant, at the end of the day, there's still time left. Now, once the offseason ends and once all these guys are off the board, sure, we can say it's over. But I think in the meantime, I'm going to remain optimistic. Isn't the word, quite frankly. Optimistic is not the word. But let's dive into some things. It's the holiday season. Obviously, New Year's coming up, 2025. Baseball is getting closer and closer. Let's all take a minute. And I know a lot of you guys hate Ross Atkins. I don't blame you. But I agree time is running out. I'm not on Ross Atkins' side or anything like that. But there's still time regarding some of the other players that's still there. But again, this just dropped. Teoscar Hernandez is going back to the Dodgers. Mike DePortis had it first. A few different things here. So, one, Teoscar Hernandez. He's gone. We would have loved him. Obviously, it would have made a ton of sense for the Toronto Blue Jays to pursue him. There were rumors that, things were pointing to Teoscar coming to Toronto, whether that's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. working out with him, all these different things. I won't say grain of salt, Grant, I promise. Then, of course, he's now signed 3 years, $66 million with a 4th-year option at $15 million. So maybe the Jays didn't want to give him the 4 years. I'm hearing that the Jays offered more over 3 years per AAV-wise, but I don't know if they got into the 4th year or not. That being said, when you're looking at, and I'll have Twitter up as well, so if any news drops, well, of course, I'll keep you up to date with all of the latest. If news drops, I wouldn't be surprised if Santander materializes soon. I don't know if it's going to be in the form of the Toronto Blue Jays. I hope so. But when you're looking at players that are left, you have Nick Pivetta. Dominic got it there, but you have Corbin Burns, Santander, Nick Pivetta, and Jurickson Profar. Now, Pete Alonso, I think, is going to go back to the Mets. Jurickson Profar, a bit riskier, but if they somehow strike out on Santander too, if they miss out on Santander, that is the absolute, then you can really start to come at Ross Atkins, because at this point, I'm going to ask the chat this as well, and we'll keep you up to date, so just don't worry about that. We'll take some questions here in a moment as well. Between Teoscar and Santander, and from a strictly player perspective, who would you guys, let's say, just all things aside, who would you have rathered the Jays gotten, Santander or Teoscar Hernandez? Type it in the chat. We've had this conversation a lot before Christmas. Of course, this is the first stream since Christmas. Who would you have preferred between those two? I've always been on the side of Anthony Santander. It's always been him for me, quite frankly. It always has been. Younger, a bit better of a home run hitter, but I know a lot of you are going to say Teo because of the relationship. And it's kind of split in half. So, okay, a lot of Teos now. So, and I wonder how much of that is biased because he was in Toronto before and then he's a known commodity. Duster Buster with the 39. Duster, thank you so much for your continued support. Huge shout out to you. They signed Teo. Then I was positive they would re-sign Vladdy. Now I don't know what to think. Okay. And that's the next question. I tend to agree with you a little bit. I don't know how much. Again, reports have come out that Vladdy is willing to sign, but it'll be for $450 million, right? And that he's willing to sign in Toronto. So if the Jays offer his money, he's going to re-sign. Okay. We got a new report here. Yeah, so we do have a new report, and I'm gonna show. Again, I promise to keep you guys up to date, so I'm gonna give you this report here. This just dropped. Now it's not gonna make anyone feel any better. The Dodgers have been selling Teoscar Hernandez and being a Dodger versus taking the best and biggest contract. He wanted to return, and it seems he's turned down bigger deals, specifically from the Jays, to return to LA. The pitch worked. No word on what this can mean for Arenado, but I know this. Blue Jays can't give money away. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we feel about this one? So I was right. I've been hearing from some people that the Jays had a higher offer. Clearly, the people I was hearing from are correct. Man, oh man, it's rough, huh? Santander is a switch hitter. Switch hitter can play a bit of a better outfield, but take a breath. Take a breath, everybody. We're good. Everything's okay. Worst front office in the game. Yeah, I know this is gonna create some rational comments. Create some rational comments. So apparently the Jays offered more. I told you guys this at the start of the stream. This obviously just came out. Now, again, it sucks. I don't know if the Jays went to 4 years. That is still undecided. I don't know the intel on that. I did hear, though, that they offered more AAV, and this obviously confirms what I was hearing. So that's good. At least I got it right. But that doesn't really matter because the Jays can't sign anybody. Vogelbach, get it done. Let's rock it in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not getting much better. However, thank you again, Duster, for the $13.99. No, Rick, I wouldn't call what I have sources. I'm not going to proclaim that I have sources. I just hear things from time to time. That's all. I was right, though, about this one. I'll take some credit where it's due. I wouldn't say sources, though. I'm not going to proclaim I have sources. If I had sources, you'd be the first one to hear it, though. There's still a lot of good players left, but looks bad now. Okay. If I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt a little bit, but if they get Corbin Burns and one other player, like Santander, sure. A successful offseason. If they just get Santander, not a successful offseason. We have some people now saying Jurickson Profar. Would you guys be fine with Jurickson Profar? I want to go through, and we'll go through some of their stats in this stream. I'm also going to get Peter in now as well, because there's a lot of things to go over. And I'll keep you up to date with what I'm hearing as well as we start to go through this. Okay, I'm going to get Peter in. Are you guys sold on him? I'm starting to become more sold on him. I do think it's Profar, though. Okay. 1 sec, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Peter, I think you are in here. You want to go ahead and speak?
Yep, I'm in here.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I think you're good.
Yeah. Do you hear me all right?
Yep, everything is good. Type in the chat if you can hear Peter. Peter, we have some things to discuss. We have new news coming out. I'll break it down for you here. Because I know you're driving, so shout out to Peter for popping in. All right, so obviously you know that Teo signed the extension. 3 years, $66 million with a 4th year option. I believe it's a player option at $15 million. And a report just dropped, and I told people at the start of the stream it's what I was hearing as well, and it ultimately dropped here. Basically, he wanted to return to the Dodgers. The Jays had a bigger deal in place with a higher AAV, but he chose the Dodgers, Peter.
Story of the offseason, story of the last couple of off seasons, and just to fill everybody in, I was going to be here on time. I'm not slacking. I was at the Popeyes, Nick, and I waited 25 minutes for my chicken. Unbelievable.
Nothing can go right for us today. Nothing can go right for Jays fans today.
I ended up not even getting what I wanted. I had to settle for chicken tenders because they made a new batch of chicken that wasn't ready yet.
And the Jays missed out on Teo.
I'm furious, and the Jays missed out on Teo. And yeah, it's been the story of the offseason, Nick. I mean, just offering more money than other teams and still not being able to get the guys that they want. I mean, if you're Teoscar Hernandez, you already got the deferral. You already got a ton of money from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Why would you not want to return to that organization that you just won a World Series with and that you were a massive part of as well? So it makes sense that Teo is running it back with the Dodgers. Sucks for the Blue Jays. They're now going to have to pivot to Anthony Santander. And the way this offseason is going, I don't even know if that's a given at this point.
Yeah, I hope it is. I mean, regarding players who are left, the options Corbin Burns, which seems like a long shot but possible, Anthony Santander, Jurickson Profar. Other than that, things are looking pretty bleak right now. And I know I see Brandon BKU on Twitter basically saying he's starting to like the idea of Jurickson Profar more and more. I mean, he probably has the highest ceiling out of any of the players that are left. Like Profar, if he had the best year out of the three last year. Maybe Teo had a bit of a better year, but how much more, Davey? It's unknown at this time. As Nick comes with the $6.99. Thank you so much. Came to the channel looking for a video on the Teo signing. We got a live stream and said you guys are always in the ball the best. Thank you, Nick. Shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, it was good timing. Obviously, Teo just signed. It's unfortunate the Jays miss out again, but Peter, there's still some options left. Now, I was hoping they were going to Teo, especially over the last weeks. Things started to kind of veer in that direction. But now for me, it's Santander or bust if you're the Blue Jays. It has to be. If you miss out on Santander here, I mean, there's Bregman as well. I'm missing out on Bregman a little bit. I mean, he's another guy that the Jays, I feel like that would be a very Ross Atkins type, panic move. But the Jays, the report actually goes on to say that the Jays can't give money away.
They can't give money away. Why?
No one's taking his money. That's what he means.
Oh, okay. I thought they just
no.
Yeah.
They're offering money and no one's taking it, I guess is a better way to put it.
So you couldn't, no matter how much you offer, nobody is going to play for the Blue Jays. That's what I'm understanding at this point.
Regarding Teo,
that's horrible. That's horrible. That's the last thing I want to hear. Now, should we set an over-under, Nick? Because I'm going to be in Toronto in about an hour and 45 minutes. That's my estimated arrival. Should we set an over-under on how many free agents the Blue Jays are going to miss out on from now until I get to Toronto?
An hour.
At 2.5.
Learning. Thank you so much for the $6.99 with no message. If you want a message, go ahead and pop it in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, how many? I think, yeah. What's your? I mean, I think less. I think they're going to miss out on.
No, obviously less, but it's just comical at this point. That's the way that the last couple of off seasons gone. And that's the point I'm trying to make. It's ridiculous, and I don't even know if I'm going to blame the front office. I will blame the front office because how did this happen all of a sudden? Why were you able to get George Springer, Hyun-Jin Ryu,
I can tell you
Chris
exactly
Bassett,
why.
Kevin Gausman? Why?
Because they can. I think it's the Vladdy and Bo situation, to be honest.
I think so too. I
didn't think it was going to be a huge deal, but I literally think that free agents are why would I come to a team where after 1 year the entire team could be in a full-on rebuild, especially when you're 30 years old.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And who does that fall on? That's on the management for not signing their best player and for lowballing him after an MVP caliber season. Now, Vladdy has been up and down. I'll give the Blue Jays front office that.
It was a tough
But
situation
now
for sure.
it was. But now the way that the market is moving, Nick, I mean, if you don't offer him $400-500 million as a starting, there's no way you're going to. There's no way.
Yep. And I think it's going to start with a 4 at the very least. And I don't know if the Jays, I mean, I think ultimately they do get it done because, I mean, I don't know if they have a choice at this point because if they don't, they're kind of screwed. Now, we've said that and they haven't. I mean, I thought they were going to get Teoscar Hernandez or someone. Now, if they miss out on, I was saying this before you joined, if they miss out on Santander, we're in for a troubling offseason at that point because then your other options, like, I guess Jerks and Profar could work as well. But if you miss out on Santander, I mean, this is going to be a 2024, I guess technically last offseason 2.0 if they miss out on Santander as well.
Yeah, and then we're going to see, in result of that, another crappy season. Probably a season where you either finish 4th or 5th in the AL East. The other teams are so far ahead of them right now, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Yankees, that the Blue Jays, I don't know what could help them at this point. Santander would have to be the start. You would need more than just Santander if you want to compete with the Red Sox, who traded for Garrett Crochet, who signed Walker Buehler, who are getting all of these moves done, and you have yet to do anything of significance. And no disrespect to Andres Jimenez, but he doesn't address any of the issues that the Blue Jays had. I think he's a better player than Spencer Horwitz. Maybe he makes the team better defensively and better base running, but your biggest problem was your offense, and you've done nothing to address that this offense. Nothing.
Can you guys, I think they're saying Robo Peter. Is Peter good now? He sounds fine to me, but might be the phone. Let me know if he sounds good now. I know there's a bit of a delay here. Let me know if he sounds good. But yeah, I mean, I agree. And as you look at some of the free agents that are left, Nick and whoever's in here, let me know if it sounds fine now. If not, then I don't know. It sounds fine to me. So it's interesting. You look at this, and Peter, I'll name out the players that they have left. What's up, Lauren? Full of static? Interesting. Okay. Peter, your audio might be messed up.
I don't know. That Popeye screwed me up.
Sounds fine to me.
You look at this. I mean,
oh, I'm gonna listen to it. Whoa, it is messed up. Holy.
Okay, yeah, that's bad.
Whoa. Okay, I will work. Hold on, Peter. Let me get you in and out. Might only be coming through. Yeah, it is only coming through the stream. Let me. It was fine before, right? Let me try again here. Peter, you want to try leaving and rejoining?
Okay, yeah, just call me back.
Cool. All right. Well, you know we're finding Peter's new phone. So good. Also, if you're in here, hit the like button. You know, make sure we're getting him to leave and rejoin. Let me know if it fixes it. Let me know if it fixes it. Okay. So now, keep in mind, is he calling? It sounds fine to me, which is intriguing. Yeah, it sounds fine. Like through my earbuds, it sounds fine. So I don't know what it is. But you look at this here. Who they have left. Now, obviously, Shane Bieber, a lot of these guys are already signed, but, like, there are some people left. Conferto is already gone. These aren't people. This was created at the start of the offseason, and then, so tick off, half of these guys are gone. But AJ Minter's available. Kendall Graveman's available. Regarding, like, relief pitchers, Shane Bieber's gone. Spencer Thornmill's available. Matthew Boyd's gone. So, like, when you're looking at some other guys that could work, it becomes a little bit interesting. Peter's going to join back here and let me know if it sounds bad, and if it does, then I'm not exactly sure. We'll test it and let me know real quick, because if not, then I'll make sure we fix it. Teoscar not signing with the Jays. I thought this team was going to sign Max Kepler. Working on it. We're working on the Peter situation. But also, ladies and gentlemen, our goal is to hit 15,000 subscribers by the new year. If you're in here right now and you aren't subscribed and you want to help us towards that goal, daily Jays content, hit that subscribe button. I know the Jays kind of suck right now. But the Jays do suck. But if you're enjoying the video, maybe I can get a little sub counter. The goal is 15K by New Year's. That'd be huge for us. Boris might also mess up Alonso's offseason. Yeah, I mean, you see this here from Josh Goldberg. Remember when the Jays wanted to build a sustainable winner? Lol to that. Do you guys just want to fire Ross Atkins? Is that what you all want to do? I feel like that's kind of where the is going with this. My mic sounds fine, right? My mic sounds good. I'm gonna check. I don't want my mic to sound bad as well. Hey Phoenix, I just asked once. I didn't, I wouldn't say begging. Okay, my mic sounds good. My mic sounds good. Cool. Wearing my Dodgers hat right now, feeling so good. Yeah. I don't blame you. The Dodgers are a perennial winner. All right, Peter, we're gonna hope this works, and if not, then I don't know, because that sounded crazy.
I think. Do you hear me?
Okay, just say that for now. I can hear you, but we're gonna ask the chat. We're gonna ask the chat, because I don't want it to get continued. Hold on, I'm gonna listen. Let's hope Peter sounds good. I think you're good, Peter.
Nice.
All right, let us know in the chat if he starts to sound bad again, and I don't know. I think he's good, though. I don't know how that happened. It sounded fine to me. Very strange. Thank you, Coaster. Very, very strange. I didn't even realize I would not have put you guys through that for so long. Was
it like that the whole time?
No. Just for, I think, a little stretch there. But we're good. We're back. Everything's good. Peter, we were looking at free agents who are available left, and it's looking a little bit perfect. Let me know if it starts to get bad, and we'll just redo it again, because I don't know what happened. It's never happened before. But Peter, you can continue your thought. I forget kind of where you were after that chat, but
I don't even remember.
Team's in the trenches. Team is in the trenches.
Team is in the trenches. Well, the Blue Jays are.
Dodgers are not.
And Dodgers are not. But I was just talking about the AL East, and I just can't see a path to Blue Jays being competitive if they keep this roster together the way it is. And not only that, you fast forward a year from now, and Vladdy is no longer on the team. Bo is no longer on the team. Where do you go from there if you're Blue Jays?
Yeah, I mean, who's your dream free agent that's left? Santander?
Yeah, Santander. I mean, that's the obvious one, but it can't be just that. It can't be just that.
Yeah.
It has to be more. Like, Santander is not enough. I don't know if you think it's enough, Nick. But
no, it's not.
That's only the tip of the iceberg. As I mentioned, the other AL East teams are significantly better. I think the Yankees are even much better than they were a year ago. Their bullpen is improved. Their rotation is better. I think their lineup is deeper as well. I mean, how can you compete with that? You were the worst team last year, and the other teams got better. It's simple. It's a simple equation.
That's the bad part. Jay's coming off of a horrible offseason. They haven't done anything, and the Yankees have. Whether you want to argue that they're better or worse, because Juan Soto left, all those things, they're more well-rounded for sure. And again, they would have replaced the players that, they got a lot of different positions, but the Jays definitely aren't better than the Yankees. I wouldn't say they're better than the Red Sox at this point. Definitely wouldn't say they're better than the Orioles. Maybe they're better than the Rays on some bounce backs from Bo and Jimenez. I mean, according to F4, the Jays have gained 3.5 F4 in the Jimenez trade and the Jimmy Garcia signing. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. So we'll be a 78-win team instead of a 74-win team. But they, I don't know. The Jays are completely running out of time here. They don't have much time left. People are saying start the rebuild. I mean, it's rough. It is very, very rough right now. They needed Soto and Santander just to be competitive in the AL East. I think they can be competitive. I mean, Burns is still available, but it's a bit of a long shot, even though it's, reportedly the Giants might be out of it. So I don't know, Peter. It's a rough time to be a Jays fan right now. It's not, all hope isn't lost. Once Santander falls off the board, I think my hope might start to dwindle a little bit.
I agree that the rebuild should start, because right now you're giving false hope, and it's not even false hope. The fan base knows what we're in for here. We know that we're in for another long season if this is the team that you're lining up on opening day. But I also believe that the rebuild can include Vladimir Guerrero Jr., but I don't know if he's going to want to sign up. The number one course of action for me, sign him, give him whatever he wants, and then start the rebuild. Go from there. I think Vladdy is essential to what this team is trying to do and what they're going to do going forward. But there's no rebuild without him.
Yep.
So if you don't retain Vladdy, you're going to be in a perma rebuild. You're going to be rebuilding forever. You're never going to get back in because your farm system sucks and you've drafted horribly. So the Jays, they wanted to prioritize development and getting all those young guys some reps and being a developmental team with their complex and everything. But it's failed, and it's failed miserably. The last position players of substance that they've developed have been Bo and Vladdy. And that's only because they were ultra talented. I don't think the Blue Jays had anything to do with that. If anything, they might have hurt their development. So the Blue Jays have tried to go in a direction. They've failed miserably. But what do? They keep the front office. They keep doing the same thing over and over again and trying to sell it to the fan base like this is like the grass is greener on the other side. It's not. They're in for a rough season. This is what they're going to line up with.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to fall for it again. I had some hope last season, and now if they don't get anybody and they go out and make a bunch of small signings and then just rock it, I would be disappointed, and not only disappointed, I just wouldn't have much faith left in the front office. I mean, the faith at this point is pretty low anyway, and that's obviously echoed in the stream chat or comments. And I mean, Jays fans in general are kind of just done, and the future beyond next year is very bleak if they don't sign Vladdy. I mean, I don't think Bo's going to be a Jay after this year. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there's a higher chance they trade him at the deadline than he stays. But like, if the Jays start rolling by some glory, then maybe Bo would leave after the year. But regarding who's left, I mean, again, Profar, Santander, Burns, Bregman. Those are the four guys that actually make an impact that'll be significant. Do they get one of those, Peter? Probably. It's just a matter of which one, and I think they need two of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. The one thing I want to say, Nick, is that I just wish this team had a direction. Because right now, I don't know what direction they're headed in. Now, I'll give an example, okay? I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. Some of you guys are going to hate me for that, but I'm from Montreal, okay? The Canadiens are not a good hockey team. Most people that watch hockey know that. But what do they have? They have young pieces, and they have a direction. They've signified to the fan base that they're entering a rebuild. The Blue Jays are kind of in this purgatory right now where they're not bad enough to be in a rebuild, but they're nowhere near good enough to be a playoff contender or at this stage even contend to make the playoff.
Yeah.
So I just want the Blue Jays to have a direction. I want them to make it clear to the fan base we're either going to rebuild or we're going to push all the chips into the middle of the table and just go for the whole damn thing. They're not doing anything. They're very non-committal, and they're just hoping to be a decent ball club, decent enough to fill the seats and to be playing meaningful-ish baseball down the stretch of the season and to generate revenue. That's what it seems like to me. This has become a money grab that Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins are leading, and there's just no direction. There's no clarity on the future. There's the outlook for the current moment in time looks as bleak as it ever has. And I truly don't know what to think. I'm at a loss for words for what's been going on because I want to remain optimistic and I want to hope that they could get one of the big four that you mentioned there, Nick. But how could we? How could we? They offered to Oscar Hernandez more money, a guy that was in the organization for so many years, and he still decided not to come here. That tells you a lot about the front office and a lot about where this team is headed.
All right, Peter, I think you're robot again somehow. But
Damn it.
we'll leave and rejoin. You can leave and rejoin. Don't know how that keeps happening, but we're good. We'll get Peter back in. We'll get Peter back in. I don't know why that's happening. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with the. How long was it on for? Did I let it go for 2? I don't think. I think it was pretty quick, right? Hopefully, it was pretty quick. It's going back and forth. It's super strange. I'll work on it here now. Let me. It fix itself. Depends on where you have the screen. Yeah, weird. It's strange. Strange.
I mean,
Yep, I do. Just give me a second. I think I know why. It was only for a second, right, guys? Only for a second. I'm gonna put you back in here. Give me a moment. I think it was literally for like 2 seconds. I think I know why. Just give me a moment. Atkins is people are not happy. All right, go ahead and speak, Peter. Let's make sure it's good. Just say a couple words.
well,
Okay,
I
that's good.
hope
Leave that.
people got
Let's just in case it is messed up. Don't want to. Is he good now? Is he good now? Let me know. I think we're good. I do think we're good. I'm sure a lot of people are having their ears destroyed. Worst place to be, stuck in the middle. Yeah, I think Peter is good now. Is anyone in the industry praising what this front office is doing? I don't understand what Roger sees. It's his last. He's good. Okay, you're good, Peter. You're good. I think you're good. You can go ahead, I think. But yeah, either way, I mean, I'll finish my sentence. I think it's the last chance for them, and it's their last year is the problem because it's their last year on their contract, Shapiro and Atkins. If they don't get, like, they need to win, right? Like, I get to pick a direction, but if they pick a direction of rebuild, they're not going to have a job in theory. They're playing for themselves right now, and I think that's what's hesitating them because they're trying to sustain their own jobs. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, everyone cares about their own bottom line, and if they go out and rebuild and they have a poor season next year, they know they're fired.
Well, where's the urgency then? If you're trying to
That's a good
keep your
question.
job, and if you know that you're in the last year of your deal, why are you not moving heaven and earth to sign the guys that you need to sign to put a competitive ball club on the field? I'm done defending these guys.
Oh,
They're
I'm
a
not
bunch of
defending him
clowns.
either. I don't defend him either.
No, I know that. But Nick, I get exactly what you're saying. They don't want to pick a direction, they don't want to go in the direction of a rebuild because they know their jobs are on the line. But why aren't they doing anything about it?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know. Why aren't they trying to reverse the narrative?
I like to think they're trying.
It's pathetic.
I like to think they're trying at an unsuccessful clip. But like,
you got to try harder.
Yeah, I
you got to
agree.
try harder.
They set themselves up anyway for this. They set themselves up for this anyways. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't sign Vladdy at the proper time. They offered him a low ball offer. They still haven't done anything. They're trying to get people, like they're throwing money around. We're also 26 or 29 likes away from 27, likes away from 100 if you guys want to hit that. But I mean, they're throwing money around. It's just not happening, unfortunately. And ultimately, you can't force players to take the money, and that's what. But it's because they set their team up, no farm system, no future unless they sign Vladdy. I think Rogers is committed to the money. I just don't know if they're committed to 500 million that Vladdy is now. I think like 500 million is the number that gets it done right now.
Well, what other choice do you have?
Hold on, we have a donation from Merck. Merck Tremblay, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. The problem with this front office is they lose their confidence when Plan A fails. Rogers needs to get rid of them and let James Click build the team. Interesting.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. But Nick, I mean, what other choice do they have when it comes to Vladdy?
Yeah, I know exactly. They're gonna have to pay him, and Rogers is gonna have to suck it up and just eat the money. And it's,
if you want to get stubborn and argue about $50 million one way or the other, I know that's a crap ton of money. Okay, I'm not trying to sound tone deaf here, but this is one of the best players in baseball. If you want to go back and forth and lose him over $50 million, I mean, so be it. But then you're totally screwed. So that's it.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, I mean, their options are let your 2 stars leave, and like, I mean, the fan base would riot. They would absolutely riot. Which, I mean, they'd kind of deserve obviously a non-violence riot. People, fans being upset and things of that nature. But I mean, again, I have Corbin Burns stats in the stream. We know, I mean, that's still a possibility. Teo had a video on it earlier. He's gone now. 500 million is absurd, and I never thought it was going to get to that point. And Josh Goldberg made a tweet. Remember when the days, the days when when the Jays wanted to build a sustainable winner. This was a few years ago. They definitely haven't done that. Ross Atkins and company have not done that at all. They've built a sustainable loser, actually, when it comes to playoff success. Now, obviously, I'll give them credit. They obviously turned what Anthopoulos had around in the sense of regular season success for a handful of seasons. I'm not going to take that away from them, but I'm also not in a position where I want to praise them really whatsoever with what they've done over the past few years, because they've been absolutely terrible. The Jays have been terrible. They haven't won any playoff games. Last year, one of the worst off seasons I've ever seen. And if they follow it up with an even worse off season, man, oh man, what a, I mean, a worse off season than last is like impossible, but given what's available, they need to go out and do something.
I don't know if it's impossible. Because right now, okay, if we were to grade their offseason right now,
I think it's already better than last just because of Jimenez.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Okay, fine. I'll agree with you, but it's marginally better. Marginally
Yeah, I mean,
better,
it doesn't change anything.
because you still didn't address what you needed to address. So that's fine. We could say that they've already had a better offseason, but last offseason was rock bottom.
Oh, yeah. And
that was the worst that they could have had.
Yeah. And, I mean, ultimately, I mean, it'd be rock bottom if they miss out on Santander as well, which, I mean, doesn't seem too far-fetched at this point either, which is, I mean, a little bit. Like, if they missed out on Teo and Santander, I'm very confident, or I was very confident they were going to get one of those too, but they haven't yet, and they missed out on one of them. And I guess Profar I can throw in there as well now, since he's still potentially available. But, I mean, other than that, it's a very rough situation.
Yeah, it is. I'm not excited for next season. I'm not. And I think this is the first time in a very long time that I haven't looked forward to opening day. I already want it to be over. It hasn't even started. That's the position that they've put this fan base in. We all hate the front office. We're all frustrated. We're all wanting things to happen, and nothing is happening. Like, that is the position that this front office. And now I understand what it's like to be a Chicago Bears fan, or a team in the NFL,
or an Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, no, but at least they have a direction, Nick.
Fair.
Like, I know you're a Cardinals fan, but there are better days ahead.
True.
They drafted high. They have a lot of young players, a lot of good players. They just need to fine-tune that roster. The Jays don't have any players that are under control that I feel comfortable leading this core. And Andres Jimenez is a good player, but is he going to be one of your core stars heading into the future? I mean, that's the direction that you're headed in, and that doesn't excite me one bit.
I mean, I'm excited for baseball because I love it. It's probably my favorite sport to watch. But like, aside from probably football, but like, we're both the biggest Jays fans there are. I need to see them do something, please. I'm praying at this point that Ross Atkins and Peter maybe will wake up to a notification tomorrow that the Jays sign Corbin Burns and everything will change.
If that happens, I'll do something absurd. I will do something absurd.
How about this? Burns, Santander, trade for Ryan Helsley. Team's good.
Yeah, I think you're in La La Land right now, Nick.
I saw it on Twitter.
How can you think?
Oh, it's not. I don't think. I'm praying.
No, yeah, it's. If I had a genie and I had 3 wishes, that's what I would wish for. But that's how unlikely it is. I would need a genie to get it done. So, take that as you will.
Just so we're clear in the chat, I'm not saying I think it's going to happen, and I have no faith in Ross Atkins. I feel like some people think I am a pro Ross Atkins guy. Not the case. Nick is in La La Land. Okay.
You're not. You're fair. You're fair.
Yeah.
You're fair on Ross Atkins. I think I'm a lot harder on the front office than you are. But they have done some good things. They have done
really bad last 18 months,
yes,
though.
I think the bad things heavily outweigh the little good things that they've done.
I would agree. I mean, the good things they've done are get to the playoffs from a team that was kind of in the gutter. But I mean, they haven't won a playoff game. They haven't, and now they have to pivot. Also, we're 14 likes away from 100. If you guys say that, but now they have to pivot heavily. They have to pivot heavily because if they don't, I mean, I just want to have baseball that's fun to watch again. I was talking to my friends about this. I don't remember, and chat, let me know as well. And Peter, obviously we kind of talked after every game. I could probably count on one hand, maybe even if 3 fingers or less, memorable moments from last season.
Yeah, I mean, one that sticks out to me
I have
is
one as well.
The run that Bowden Francis was on.
Okay.
But the season was all but done at that point. Another one is when Alek Manoah came up and really started to do well before he went down with Tommy. I think that was a point in the season where I was really excited about the team. But maybe opening day was fun when Justin Turner hit a home run.
And I'll counter your point, though. Like, these are storylines. One specific moment of games.
Yeah, you're right.
Because we obviously have those in like almost every year. It's obviously hard to remember. Like specifically like a game moment or moment, even like obviously the big storylines were, I mean, I would say the Bowden Francis complete game almost no hitter would be one. Or whatever his almost no hitter. I would also say when the Jays got no hit would be one as well in a bad one. I think that was last year against Reinel Blanco, I believe is his name.
Yeah, and the Tigers also no hit, combined no hit.
But for a positive one, Joey Loperfido, Addison Berger, back-to-back bombs. Berger walks it off. That was something nice.
I was at that game. That was the only game at the Rogers Center that I went to.
Schneider walk-off home run with City Connect jerseys. Interesting. That's but there wasn't. Aside from the first month of the season, the team was like out of a playoff spot. So like the games didn't feel meaningful, especially down the stretch. And that's all you want as a fan is, to push for the playoffs. Now, whether that's in the form of like whether you think you're going to win it or not, I want the Jays to push for a playoff win. And I don't know. It brings me back to the Mariners series, like how everything could have changed from the 2021 if they would have won one more game. If Marcus Semien against the Tigers doesn't throw that third out in the top of the ninth or bottom of the ninth, whatever it was, away from the Tigers. Like there's so many different spots in the past half decade that this team things could have changed. But this is the reality now, and they're running out of time.
Yeah, it feels like they're snake bitten to a certain degree. And I don't want to bring up that Marcus Semien thing because he also hit like 43 home runs that year and finished third.
Oh yeah, not his fault at all. He was great.
Not his fault. I mean, he was the second best player on the team that year. So I don't want to rag on Marcus Semien. I wish they kept him. I think the entire organization started to go downhill when they let him walk and go to the Texas Rangers. He's such a damn good player. He is so consistent. He doesn't miss games.
And he was the leader of that team. It wasn't Vladdy. It wasn't Bo. It wasn't George Springer. It was Marcus Semien. And everyone was better off for it. They all looked to him for guidance. Bo was a significantly better player with Marcus Semien by his side. And I think the downfall of the team started when they let him walk for nothing.
Yep, 3 likes away from 100 as well. I mean, they also made the switch to defense when they traded Teo. Robo voice again. All right, Peter, hold on. Peter has robo voice. Peter, I think you have robo voice again. I'll get you back. Get you back. Thank you for bearing with us, guys. Peter, speak real quick. Just say like a quick word.
Test.
All right. Let me know if it's back from that test. Hopefully it's not too bad. How bad is it? I'm gonna listen myself here. No, I don't think it's you. I think it's on my end. I think. I don't know about you guys. That sounds hilarious. I don't know if you guys find it funny in the chat. That is like, obviously it's not, it doesn't sound great. That is funny. I just listened to it, Peter. You can listen to it back later. Peter, it might be, is your phone plugged in or something? Might be something to do with that. But I don't know. It might be. I don't think so though, because I hear you fine. So I don't think it would be like I hear him fine. I can't tell which is worse because I can't tell when it's bad. It's something to do on my end, so I apologize for that. It's I just listened to it and it's pretty funny, but like obviously
In the car, all by myself.
yeah,
5-hour drive.
5-hour drive. And I'm gonna have to edit out those annoying things. It'd be cool if you guys could do that on purpose on occasion. Yeah, when Peter's mad at the front office, we just get him to robot in. It sounds hilarious. It literally sounds like Darth Vader. You can also kind of hear what you're saying too, which is interesting. I don't know why I can't hear it. It's
Yeah, that's weird.
Darth Peter.
I think it just like cuts out at random points.
Chase, we did speak about that, about Teo. It sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. I guess some of you guys like to have the Energizer Bunny. Ross likes pitching but not hitting. I mean, yeah, they changed to defense. It's been downhill since there with Teo. It really has been. And what that means now is Alien Peter again. I'm pretty sure that's delayed because I'm the one speaking. But either way, it's Peter, I think better times are ahead. I'm going to be the optimistic one. I know everybody, including people in chat, are not in agreement, but I think there are better times ahead for this team. Thank you guys for allowing us to hit 100 likes. Your guys' support is unbelievable. We're almost going to hit 15,000. But Peter, I'm going to wrap it up here shortly. Any final thoughts from you? Yeah. Obviously, Robot Voice. Any final thoughts in the chat as well? We're 170 subs away from 15K, so keep grinding. Hopefully, we can get that before New Year's. But any thoughts from any final questions for us in the chat? And Peter, any final thoughts? We'll obviously be live again as moves happen and things like that. But
how many people were in here? Peak.
410.
Wow. Nice. Well, thank you guys for all the support, and thank you, Nick, for steering the ship like you always do.
Sir,
I appreciate it. And I mean, hopefully you're right. Hopefully better days are ahead, but it's really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel with the way that the front office is operated. But I mean, again, thank you to you guys for sticking by us, even when the team and its outlook looks bleak. I mean, we're very appreciative, and happy holidays to all of you, and happy New Year. Enjoy all the time with your loved ones. It's rough. It's rough being a Jays fan these days, but you guys make it worth it because you're right by our sides no matter what. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to you, Nick, as well.
Yes, sir.
Holding it down, man. You always do.
Yeah, I think if there's a day that Ross and Mark Shapiro get fired, we'll go live, and I'm sure the chat will be as positive as it's ever been. If there's a day that happens, that happens there. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a very good stream. Happy holidays again to everybody. It was almost an hour live. We'll keep you up to date. We'll have a video tomorrow. Lots of things coming. We will we'll see you guys very, very soon for, of course, a video tomorrow and streams as more moves happen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the way out. And thank you guys for watching. And again, hopefully better times ahead for the Toronto Blue Jays. And we will see you all.